Today we are diving into a hot topic that has been stirring up quite a buzz in the real estate world. The government recent changes to the long-term capital gain tax on real estate. So what's the big deal? Well, the government has decided to remove the indexation benefit for calculating long-term capital gain LTCG tax on property sales. Now I know that sounds super technical, but stick with me because this change could hit your wallet hard. But why public protesting on new property tax on social media? What's really happened? Earlier, when you sold real estate, you could adjust the purchase price for inflation using something called the indexation benefit. This helped in reducing the tax you paid on the profit capital gain because the purchase price would be considered higher due to inflation adjustment. The government has removed this indexation benefit. Now when you sell real estate, you calculate the profit capital gain simply by subtracting the purchase price from the sale price without adjusting for inflation. The change affects properties bought in the past as well, which feels like a retrospective tax. People who bought properties expecting to use indexation benefit to lower their future taxes now find themselves at a disadvantage. In short, under the old system, when you sold a property, you could adjust the purchase price for inflation using something called the indexation benefit. This made your taxable profit smaller and you ended up paying less tax. For example, if you bought a property of 50 lakhs and sold it for 1 crore, indexation could adjust your purchase price to 70 lakhs, making your taxable gain 30 lakhs. With an effective tax rate of 13.5%, you would pay around 4.05 lakh in tax. But now under the new system, this indexation benefit is gone. You just subtract the original purchase price from the selling price to get your taxable gain. So using the same example, your taxable gain is now 50 lakhs, earlier it was 30 lakhs. With a flat tax rate of 12.5%, you would pay 6.25 lakhs in tax. That's a huge difference. In the old system, you paid 4.05 lakhs in tax. In the new system, you pay 6.25 lakhs. This change is based on the flawed assumption that property values always goes up. But we all know that that's not always true. Property values can stagnate or even drop, making this new system quite unfair. And this change affects properties bought in the past too from 2001. So if you bought a property years ago expecting to benefit from indexation, you are out of luck. If the goal was to simplify the tax system, it would have been much fairer to apply these changes only to future transactions. That way everyone would know the rules upfront. In the interview, Finance Secretary with a smile said, "I am only taxing the rich. If you or your parents had bought a house or flat for 1 crore in 2001, taking a round number just for ease of calculation, that is now sold at say 4 crore. Before July, your index cost would have been around rupees 3.63 crore, which means that you would have paid 20% not including cess on 37 lakh, which is 7.4 lakh. Now you would pay 12.5% on 3 crore, which is 37.5 lakh. The tax cut will be beneficial for people who have bought land, houses, apartment in the last 2 or 5 years, especially as real estate prices have picked up only 2020 onwards. Now you use the same filter as the equity capital gain. Whom does this hurt and who gains? Obviously, people who are currently affluent would be the one who had bought property in the last few years. Think about who has got large land parcel in the few last year. They will be the biggest beneficiary of the lower tax. And who will get hurt? The lower to middle income category, because for them the largest chunk of their net worth is one property that they own, either acquired by themselves several years, decades ago, or by their parents, grandparents. Those who grew up in salaried household would remember that the one ambition many parents had was एक घर before retirement. It was really their खून पसीने की कमाई, the asset they acquired after a lifetime of hard work, and that was the biggest investment that they passed on to their children. Of course, over the last few years, the age of buyers of property has gone down only because of the availability of housing loan, but it still remains a very big chunk of the household net worth, except for the really rich. And the longer the family had held the property, the worse the tax change implication would be. If the finance minister wanted to tax the rich, This is actually doing the very reverse. Of course, a consequence of this would also be that cash in the real estate transaction would once again goes up. While many are upset about the removal of indexation, the new flat rate of 12.5% is actually lower than the previous average effective rate of 13.5%. So for many property sellers, this could be a net benefit. Think about it. On average, people were paying 13.5% tax after accounting for indexation. Now with a flat rate of 12.5%, you are paying 1% less on the taxable gain. The difference of 1% translates into a net transfer of tax saving to property seller. So in aggregate, many sellers will actually end up paying less tax. But here is the catch. This net benefit really depends on individual circumstances. If your property value has significantly appreciated over time, the removal of indexation could result in higher taxable gain. However, if the inflation adjustment was not significant, the flat rate could indeed save your money. So while the narrative around the removal of indexation has been largely negative, the reality is that for many sellers, the new flat rate could lead to a slight reduction in their overall tax liability. What do you think about this change? Is it fair? Does it benefit you or increase your tax burden? Drop your thought in the comment below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe for more update on how government policies affects you.